Hello and welcome to all you Virgos. No. Librans. Welcome to all you Librans out there. This is your monthly horoscope for July of 2022. And it's a month where not that much is happening on a level of like life-changing events and eclipses and Mercury retrogrades and whatnot. No, it's quite easy peasy. But there is some interesting stuff happening with Mars for sure. But let's start with your ruler, Venus, because Venus is in the highest point of your horoscope. I really like it for you Librans. If you want to travel, for instance, during the month of July, do so. You're gonna love it. Of course, these are general horoscopes, right? Mind you. But Venus in the 9th house in Gemini for like up until the 17th, 18th of the month is so lovely to do Venusian things abroad, right? Whether it is enjoying a good conversation, good foods, doing all this, or even falling in love. You know, your ruler Venus there in the 9th, you could fall in love with someone from abroad. And if you are single, and it could really be a fantastic time. Towards the later part of the month, the 18th and onwards, Venus is in the highest point of your horoscope. So if you really want to put on your charms, which mostly you are, I mean, that's not to sugarcoat you or whatever, but Librans are one of the most charming people. Now Venus in the 10th, people will see it. The public will see your charms. And if you want to go for a new job, for a new career, this is a splendid time to present yourself. And to present yourself in your very Venusian kind of way. It's going to be in Cancer because your 10th house is Cancer. So it's going to be very gentle, a little bit more timid though. But people are going to like that. So if you want to ask your promotion, do it. Of course, back it up with facts, for sure. But it's always... why am I saying that always in the examples when Venus go into the 10th house? Probably because of my background of having worked in the human resource world. But anyway, it's a good time. It's a good time to do so. So all in all, quite an enjoyable month for that. Now, but there's also a lot happening behind the scenes. And that is Mars, because Mars is in Taurus in your 8th house, which is a very hidden house. It's a very psychological, deep house. Librans don't like that though so much, unless you've got like some water energy in your chart or like a Scorpio moon or whatnot. But mostly Librans, they don't want to go too deep because then it disturbs the balance, right? But now they have to go deep into their own deep psychological, you could say, shadows, and it's about tackling them. And there is some really rewarding here and liberation that can be possible when you are tackling your own demons and your own shadow. We all have shadow, we all have the good, the bad, and the ugly. So the self-destructiveness that we all have in us and can be tackled here. With Mars, Uranus and the North Node. It's a very rare combination. Why? Because Mars, yes, every 2 years it goes towards the transits your 8th house, but not with Uranus and not with and absolutely not with the North Node. So this is a super rare combination of fate, which is the North Node, of liberation, which is Uranus, and of Mars, of doing actions. So it's a good time to dig very deep, but also to do it in a grounded way, because that's the pitfall of Mars-Uranus. It's like doing things impulsively. But if you know that now, so if you're doing things like, I ground myself first before I'm going to do all this psychological stuff. So I'm first going to do some, I don't know, maybe some fitness or some yoga or eating a good meal, a good steak or whatnot, right? Whatever it is, or fish, whatever it is. But I mean, for the vegetarians amongst you, but you ground yourself first so that you can go deep, because when you are going deep in your own psychological understanding, transformation is possible here, and it can happen all of a sudden. It can also mean that when you are together with sharing your resources with someone, that all of a sudden something happens. If it's positive or negative, trust it. Trust it, because the North Node is here. So the North Node knows everything. It's not knows everything, but it's like the universe knows what's best for all of us. And so put your ego aside and don't fight this energy too much when you are trying to, because it's going to be felt as a fight to itself, which is always something that we lose, right? So there could be some hiccups happening there. The 8th house is known for like crises, and not that I say that you're gonna have the biggest crises here. I think if we combine it with all the rest, it's fairly good for you, because your ruler is there in the 9th and in the 10th. So you always have to see the whole, right, in astrology. So important, and not just, you know, look at what you want to see. People like drama though, so watch out for that as well, for the drama. When something happens that is out of your control, which is also the 8th house, you know, it's like a powerhouse, it's where our power is, it's a bit of a scorpionic house there. So know that when things are out of your control, that yes, of course you may feel that it is very drastic or that you don't like it, but it's no sense in fighting against yourself and trying to be angry with yourself. So that's a bit the pitfall there. But all in all, it can be very interesting as well when it comes to study of the occult, study of like astrology, or anything that has to do with the metaphysical side of life. Mars, Uranus, North Node, it could be like you find your destiny here by doing this. So you could be figuring that out all behind the scenes. Remember, the 8th house is a very private house. On another level, it's intimacy. On another level, it's the intimacy you share with one specific person. So it could be quite something explosive happening, you know, but very fated as well, you know, something that you didn't see in advance coming, and all of a sudden there is like an attraction, for example, with someone, and it's like, ooh, what is happening here? So know that there is more happening behind the scenes than you know, and but ground yourself basically, so that you're not getting all too unsettled because of that. Having said that, I think this is going to be a very interesting month for you Librans. Enjoy it, and thank you for listening. Bye bye.